Right. Do you remember? How are you with the line? Do you know how to find the distance between 2 points, the slope of a line? Can you remember how to do that? Reese? Do you know what I'm talking about? No. Okay. So if you go to the log tables here under coordinate geometry, you'll see that if you there's formulas here. You'll find out. We'll go through them. We'll go through them here. Okay. So here, the circle and the line are kind of similar. So here, if we have a circle, oh geez, this is very messy. Okay, so see this thing here. Sorry, just here. See here, this and this line. This is the equation of a circle with center point 0, 0. Will you just write that down? This is the equation of the circle. Will you scribble it in there on the notes beside it? Do you have that already? And we need two things for the radius. We need a center point. Sorry, this is the equation. We need a center point and we need a radius. Okay, do you all know what a center point of a circle is? John? No. Yeah, you know the center point will be the middle part. You okay with that, Reese? Yeah, and do you know what the radius is? Do you know what the radius is in a circle? What? Yeah, from the middle point out to the edge of the circle. This equation here, this is the equation of a circle with center not 0, 0. Okay, so see the h there. See the h part there. Yeah, that will be the x point at the center, and the k is the y center point, y part of the center. Will you just scribble that in there in your notes as well? Sorry, I know you're probably lost, but we'll just do examples now in a second. You okay, that Liam? Yeah, you have it. Right, we'll go on to the next page there. Right. So here, let me do an example for you. Insert add page below. Okay, so if I have a circle, center is 0, 0, and that's 2, 5. Do you know how to read these coordinates? Do you know how to read these? Do you know what these? Do you know what these things are? Do you know what 0, 0 means here, John? Yeah. So if I have, let me. How are you? Do you know how to read these, Reese?
Yeah.
So if I have, Amy, you okay with them?
Yeah.
So if that's 1, 2, 3. This is my x-axis. This here will be my, what axis is this here, John? Y-axis. 1, 2, 3, 4. My drawing is really crap. Down here is -1, -2, -3. And over here is what, Reese? -1, -3, all the way across. So if I asked to find the point of this, if I asked to find this point here, we could say that that's 3, 4. Would you all agree with that? You go, sorry, that's not, it's a bit better. You go out to 3 and then up to 4. Are you all okay with that? What if I asked you, find the equation of this circle? Okay. I need two things for an equation. What do I need? What do I need, Alan? Back there on the first page, did you write it down? Okay, I need two things. I need a center point and the radius. Okay, what's my center point here, Reese? 0, 0. What's my radius, Liam?
3, 4.
Okay, no, the radius is actually the length from here to here. The radius is the length from here to there. Okay. How would I find that length, Amy? Yeah. So to find where are we? The radius. Okay. To find the radius, we need to use the distance formula. Okay. Will you find that radius there for me now? So okay, I'll just do it here. 1 point will be. So you take the point from 0, 0. The first point there, Alan, will be 0, 0. What would the second point be, Reese? Where am I going to? I'm going from this point to there, which is what? What point is that there? It's 3, 4. Okay. Now, do you know how to find the distance between them 2 points? Will you go ahead and do that there? Reese, do you know what you're at? No? Okay. Anything, when we're dealing with the circle or the line, everything is on page, if you want to write this in, everything's on page 18 of the log tables.
Is that just there?
Sorry?
That's just there.
No.
No.
This is the equation of a circle. Will you just write that down? Oh, that's the equation of a circle. Liam, have you on paper, is it? Yeah. So everything's on page 18. So Reese, look down there. We're looking for the distance. So look there. Which one says distance? That's Irish. That's Irish. You can read Irish. This is the far side. Which one? This fella here, is it? Yeah. So all you do is write that. So I'll write it down here for you. So the distance is equal to x2 minus x1 to be squared plus y2 minus y1 to be squared. Is that what it says there in the log tables? Just make sure that's what it says. X2 minus x1 to be squared. Right. What the hell is this x1 and x2? Well, what we do here. See this first point here, 0, 0. Do you see this 0, 0 here? Call that fella x1, and we call this fella x2. Sorry, whoa. Call that fella y1. See this second point here? We call that fella x2. What do you think we call 4? y2. Right, then what do we do? What we do here then, see the x2 here, Reese?
Yeah.
We kick out him and we stick in 3. Do you see that? Yeah. Now watch here for a sec. What comes next in the formula? The minus sign. So we're writing minus. Now we look for x1. Where's x1? Naught or 0. And then to be squared plus y2, which is, what's my y2? 4. What comes next in the formula? Minus y1 then is 0 to be squared, which is equal to square root of, do inside the bracket first, what's 3 minus 0? 3 to be squared, plus, then you do 4 minus 0, which is 4 to be squared. What answer did you get for that? Square root of 9 plus 16 is equal to square root of 25. Did you get 5, Amy?
Yeah.
5. You okay with that, Liam?
Yeah, fine.
John?
Yeah, right.
Did you get 5, John? Liam, did you get 5?
Yeah.
So what does it? What's this 5 mean? What does that 5 mean, John?
That's the radius of the circle.
Radius of the circle. Yeah. Is that done, Alan?
Yeah.
So Amy, will you find the equation of the circle now?
Yeah. 1 minus 1 is 10.
No, the equation of the circle. That's the equation of the line.
Oh yeah, x squared plus y squared plus s squared.
Equals r squared. Yeah. Will you find the radius of the circle, Liam? The formula. This is the formula here for the radius of the circle.
X squared plus y squared is equal to 1 squared.
Yeah. Will you write it? Will you figure it out? So you stick in for x, which is nothing. So it's x squared plus y squared equals 5 squared. You lost, Alan?
No, but I did this one, no?
Yeah, that's the formula. That is the formula for the area for the equation of a circle. From there, you see this? Yeah, that's the equation of a circle. And all you have to do, Reese, is fill in for r, which is what? Okay, what does this 5 mean here, Reese? Radius. We found this is the distance from here to here, which is the radius. So the equation of the circle then will be x squared plus y squared equals r squared. Okay, there's nothing for x and y, but instead of r, I'll kick out, what do I get for r? I'll kick out r and I'll stick in 5, so that's 5 squared. So the equation of the circle is x squared plus y squared is equal to 25. And that's my equation of the circle. Did you get that, Emily? Yeah? Okay. You okay with that, John?
Yeah.
Liam? Alan?
Well, I stuck in 3 and 4 for that one.
Okay. No, the x and y, it's going to be x first. No, it's not. No, you stuck in this and this. No, you just leave it as x and y for the equation of the circle. That's what you do.
So,
can I move on?
yeah.
Right, lines and circles. Okay, there's 3 scenarios where a line and a circle meet. Okay, do you remember these from last time, Liam?
Yeah, kind of.
One of them is a line could intersect a circle at how many points, Emmy? 2. Next one could be the line intersects a circle at how many points, Reese? 1. Or the third one will be what's happening here, Alan? Nothing. They don't meet. Right. First thing, how do you find where a line and a circle meet? Any ideas, Emmy? Alan, John? Okay, what we do is, Liam, you remember?
You get
Okay, what you do is you do a simultaneous equation. So let me do, I'll work through this one here. Sorry, let me preview page. That page. Low. Right. So what you do is you need the equation of a line. Okay, so we need the equation of a line. So let me do an example. Will you write this down? I'll find where the line intersects the circle. The line is equal to 2x plus y equals 7. The circle is equal to 3 plus y squared equals 10. Okay, so these are the equations. Do you know what an equation of a line is? Okay, so this is what an equation of a line is. It is an x part, a y part, and just a number. Equation of a circle will have an x squared part, and a y squared part, and a number. Are you okay with that? Right, so the first step. The first step is what? Do you remember doing, Amy, the first step? Remember doing simultaneous equations?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. So the first thing is get the equation of a line. Okay? So get the equation of the line, which is and what we do, can you remember what we do, Emily? We get x on its own or y on its own. Okay. So the equation of the line is what here? It's 2x plus y equals 7. Which one is it easier here, Reese, do you think? To get x? Okay, would you agree that this is the equation of the line? Yeah, the equation of the line doesn't have a squared part, it just has an x and a y part. Is it easier to get x on one side on its own or y on one side on its own, John? Y. Because, yeah. So I leave the y here, equals 7. If I bring him across, Reese, what 2x will change to what? Minus 2x. And there, that's my y on its own. Easy enough? You scribble that down there. You okay with that, John? Okay. Can you remember the next thing, Amy? Okay, sub this y into the equation of the circle. Okay, so let's write out what's the equation of the circle here, John. It's going to be x squared plus y squared equals 10. How do you know this is a circle one, Reese? Because it has the x squared and y squared. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to kick in out x squared plus. I'm going to kick in out y here. See this y? I'm kicking him out, and I'm going to stick in 7 minus 2x. Do you see what I did there, Alan?
Yeah.
So I kicked out, I got rid of that y, and I stuck in 7 minus 2x there, because I got y is equal to 7 minus 2x. You with me?
Yeah.
Reese?
Yeah.
Are you sure? John? Amy? Yeah, no, if you don't, Liam? Yeah, if you don't know, let me know. Otherwise I won't know if you know it or not. Right. So let me go on to a new, will you scribble that part down as well? Let's go on to a new page. I don't know why it's not coming up. That should be x squared plus y squared equals 10. I don't know why it's not coming up. Oh, it's because I cut it. You all okay with that? Can I go on to the next one?
Yeah.
Next page, sorry. The page below. Okay, step 3 then is solve for x. Right. How are you with multiplying out this? Okay, so let's have a go at it anyway. X squared plus 2 to be squared. Okay, have a look at this here. What's 2 to be squared, John? Yeah, it's equal to 2 by 2, isn't it? 3 to be squared, Reese, is what? 9. Why? Because it's 3 by 3. 4 squared, Alan, is 4, yeah, 4 by 4. This fella here, this fella to be squared, is the exact same thing as writing out 7 minus 2x multiplied by what? 7 minus 2x. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
Reese, you okay with what I did there?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Equals 10. Right, I'm just doing baby steps here. X squared. How are you with multiplying out something like this? Liam?
Yeah, fine.
Okay, let's. Reese? Okay, sound. So what you do is see this first fella here, Reese.
Yeah.
What's that? 7. You multiply 7 by all of this fella, which is 7 minus 2x. Now you take this fella, which is minus 2x, and you multiply it by all the second fella, which is what? Yeah, and that's equal to 10. Right. X squared plus 7 by 7, Reese? 49. Then I do 7 by minus 2x, Alan, which is plus or minus? Why? Yeah. Now I'm doing minus 2x by 7, Reese. 14x, is it plus or minus? Okay. Okay, well, if there's a plus sign there, so 2x by 7 is 14x. Would you agree with that part? 2x by 7 is 14x, and the two signs are different, so it's a minus. If the two signs are different, it's a minus. If it's the same, they're a plus. Now we'll do this one. Amy, minus 2x by minus 2x.
Minus 4x.
Okay, let's do, okay, forget about the signs. 2x by 2x, 2x by 2x, Alan, is what? 4x squared.
Plus 4.
Are the signs the same or different here, Reese? The same. So John, if they're the same, it's a plus. Does that make sense to you? Yeah? Right, next line, let's tidy up. Let's do all the x squareds. How many x squareds have I here? Like 1x squared there, and I have 4 there. So in total I have 5x squared. Let's do the x's now. I have minus 14x, minus 14x, Liam, which is what?
0.
No, they're both minus.
28.
It's minus 28. See where I got that from, Reese? And then I'll do the numbers, which is just plus 49 equals 10. Right. Yeah. So bring... Okay, so if you want to make a note, we want 0 here. Yeah, so Alan, you're right, yeah. So it's 5x squared minus 28x plus 49. I want 0 here, John, so I'm just going to bring the minus 10 across. Or sorry, 10, and it becomes what, Reese? I'm bringing this 10 across. Change to a minus. And what's left there, Amy, if I bring that across? Equals 0. So then I have 5x squared minus 28x. What's 49 minus 10? Well, it's plus 39 equals 0. What have I got here, Amy? Yeah, what type of equation? No. No, it's a quadratic equation. Sorry, I wasn't being clear what I was trying to go for there. It's a quadratic equation. Do you know how to solve these, fellas? Liam?
Yeah, the Faraday.
John?
I don't think so.
Alan? Do you know where we're going here? Huh? Okay. So something like this. This is a quadratic equation if you want to write that in. We're going to have two brackets. Bracket, bracket, bracket. Oh yeah, I did press record. Right, first of all, I'm not sure if this will work out. I prefer if I got one that worked out. So let me just cheat here a bit. Can I just borrow a pen there for me? Okay. Will you just... Can I pretend, just so it's easy to work out? Can I pretend I got x squared plus 3x, x squared plus 3x minus 10 equals 0? Can I pretend, will you just write that in, pretend I got this? Oh, sorry, you're not even seeing it. Will you pretend I got this one? Just because it's easy to explain. Just make sure you write pretend I got it, in case you're going over your notes again. Right. What we got here is a quadratic equation, so we go bracket. We're going to have two brackets equals 0. The first thing we do is look at this guy here, Alan. Okay. Well, there's no number. Okay, there's no number in front of x, so that's just going to be x and x is going to go there automatically anyway.
He's doing like something like what goes into 10 to 3 or something.
Yeah. What? Give me two numbers multiplied to give me 10, Liam.
2 by 5.
2 by 5.
1 by 10.
Yeah. 1 by 10.
Or you just put in let's say plus or minus into either one, so you just go plus 5 minus 2.
Plus 5 minus 2. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So we'll get there. So what we're looking for here, Reese, is two numbers that add or subtract. Which one of these would add or subtract to give me 3? Well, what's 1 plus 10? 11. Is that 3? No. What's 10 minus 1? 9. Will that give me 3? No. What's 2 and 5? 7. That will give me 3. What's 5 minus 2? 3. So that's how we know what to choose. 5 and 2. You all okay with that? You okay with that?
Yeah.
Right. The next thing I look at is this fella here. This minus. If I have a minus here, minus means signs will be different. What do you think a plus means, Liam? Okay, sorry. If I have a minus here, it means the signs will be different. Huh? Sign are same. So when I say different, Alan, I'm talking about, if I have my two brackets, I'm talking about plus or minus, or minus and plus. We don't know yet. If I'm talking about the same, I'm talking about minus and minus, or plus and plus. That makes sense, yeah? Right. Are the signs going to be the same or different here, Amy?
Different.
Why, John?
Because it's minus.
Because the minus, yeah. Right. See this, if there's no number in front of the x, we can put whatever sign here. So then we look to this sign and we put with the bigger number. So what's the big number here? What's the biggest number here? 5. So put the plus there and a minus goes there. Are you okay with that? Yeah? You want to take it down, Alan? Oh, sound. Are you okay with that, Reese?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Right, still not finished. I'm going on to the next page now. Take down whatever you need to. Can I move on to the next page? Flow. Right, still not finished here. I still didn't find what x is. So what you do here is you let the first fella equal to 0, which is x plus 5 equal to 0. See this? You let the first bracket equal to 0, and you let the second fella equal to 0. Did you see that? Did you see what I did there, John? Yeah. Reese, did you see what I did? Now all you do is solve for x. So x here on this side is equal to minus 5. Where did that come from? Where do you think that came from, Liam?
You gotta switch cells.
So yeah, exactly. X here is equal to, what's x on this side, Reese? Plus 2, yeah. And there I have two answers for x. Am I done yet? Amy? What do I have to do now? Yeah. Okay, next step.
Let's just find y, do you?
Yeah. Yeah, sub into find y. Okay, so if I flick back here, see in step 1. See here in step 1? Yeah, let me write that in. In step 1, are you writing down steps as you go? What equations did you get in step 1 there, John?
And 2x plus y equals 7.
Okay, and then you got y is equal to what?
Minus 7 minus 2.
Sorry, 7. Y is equal to 7 minus 2x. Yeah? So how many values of x did I get, Liam? We got 2. Yeah, we got 2, okay? So how many y's do you think you'll have, Alan?
2.
Yeah. So first one was x equals minus 5, second one was x equals 2. So the first time here, we write out the equation, sorry. So y is equal to 7 minus 2. Y is equal to 7 minus 2x. So y is equal to 7 minus 2. We kick out x and we'll stick in what here, Reese? We'll kick out this x and we'll stick in minus 5. So y is equal to 7 plus 10. Y is equal to 17. You all okay with that first one? You all okay with that, Amy? Any questions, Reese? Do you know where we got this minus 5 from? Just got it from earlier on there. Right. Will you find the other value of y for me now when x is equal to 2? We use the exact same equation of the line. Sorry, we use the exact same line. So you're using that fella again. Y is equal to 7 minus 2x. Do you get already, Emmy?
Yeah.
What is it? Minus 3. X is 2. Y is equal to 7 minus 4. Y is equal to 3. Did you get 3, Reese? Did you get y equals 3? Yeah, okay, sound. John? Okay. What did we just find? Okay. So, for this x, this was minus 5, 17. This was 2, 3. So this is my x, that was my x and y, that was my x and y. What do these two things mean? Can anyone tell me? So what?
Intersections.
Huh?
The 2 intersections.
Yeah, exactly. So how about, do you know what we just found there, Amy?
Yeah.
So if we had a circle at the start, better circle than that, and we had a line going through it, didn't we? What we found there was the 2 points that crossed the circle at. So what was the first point there, Alan? First point was minus 5, 17. Minus 5, 17. And the next one there, Liam, was what?
2, 3.
2, 3. That's your answer there then. That's where the 2 points intersect the circle. Do you have any questions on that? Are you okay with them steps? So what are the steps there? The steps there. First one is just get the equation of the line and get x or y on its own. Okay, so the question, you should have an equation of a circle and an equation of a line. The first one is get the equation of the line, get either x or y on its own. And what we got y there on its own. Okay, how's that, Alan? The next step then was to sub this into the equation. I don't know why that's gone funny. Sub this into the equation of the circle. So we kicked out, so our equation of the circle was x squared plus y squared equals 10. We kicked out y here, Reese, and what should we stick in? We got it up here earlier on. 7 minus 2x, yeah. Next step then is just solve for x. So all we're doing is multiplying this out. Are you okay with multiplying out these brackets now? Yeah, Reese? Yeah, okay. We need a bit of practice on them. And down here we want 0 on this side, so you bring everything to the other side. And then you should get a quadratic. You'll solve for x. And we got x equals minus 5, x equals 2. And then you sub back in to the equation you got in step 1 to find what, John? to find your y's. Have you any questions on that? Are you sure? Right. We've got all eyes rolled in there. Yeah. Oops. Right. Now you know what a tangent is. Do you know what a tangent is, Ellen?
Something that touches a line that touches a circle at one point.
At one point only. That's all a tangent is. Was this fella? Is this a tangent here? Is this a tangent here, John? No. Why? Because it goes at 2 points. Back here, this will be a tangent. So how would you find a tangent? How would you find where a tangent crosses a circle? Amy. How would you find the point at which the tangent touches a circle? I'll tell you what. What is a tangent? A tangent is just a what? Do you know what a tangent is, Amy? Yeah. A tangent is just a line. So how would you find where a line and a circle meet? We just spent 10 minutes doing it there. You do a simultaneous equation with them.
Let's just do the same thing you can do.
Exactly the same thing, except, see here we got 2 answers. Yeah, let me copy this. Yeah. Okay, before we move on, are you okay with all them steps I just did there the last 10 minutes? Yeah? Okay, yeah, it's exactly the same thing, except down here, when you get to this point, it'll end up like this. You'll end up with x minus 2, so you'll have x minus 2 equals 0, x is equal to 2, and on this side, x is equal to 2. When you see the numbers are the same, that means it's a tangent, because there's only... Do you see that? Do you see how, if they're the same, do you want to make note of that? If they're the same, just scribble that in there on the, whatever page that is, doing the tangent. If you get the 2 x's are the same, then we have a tangent. You okay with that, John?
Yeah.
Yeah, Liam? Amy?
Yeah.
Reese?
I didn't know how to do them when we were actually doing them, but actually no one went to use them. That would be my problem.
You know...
Like, I know exactly how to do all that, like, but then if that actually came up and said what equation you want to use, I wouldn't know then.
Sorry, say that again.
Let's say I would be able to, let's say they asked me the question, if you told me what equation to use, I'd be able to do it, but I wouldn't be able to figure out which equation to use, like, do you know? Trying to get me.
Yeah, no, not really. Say again.
Let's say if you had the exams there, like the question was there. and
Okay,
they
so
asked me-
if you're given something like... No, if we go back here. Just say you're given something like that.
Yeah, I'd be able to do it if you showed me, like, you could give me the equation and just said, fill it in, like, and do it. I'd be able to do that much, like, but I wouldn't be able to actually get the equation and do it. I wouldn't be able to figure out which equation to use in the exam papers. Or in the
Which
exam.
equations are you talking about now?
Whichever, like, I just wouldn't know which one to use, like, that'd be my kind of problem.
For this?
Yeah,
You wouldn't know whether to use the distance or the midpoint.
yeah,
Right, okay.
you don't see what I'm getting.
No, I think I do. You don't know what the question's asking for. Is that what
Yeah,
you're saying?
Yeah. But then, let's say I know how to do it still,
If I went through it like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so that's everyone's problem.
it takes a bit of practice on the exam papers, Alan.
Yeah,
It does take a bit of, like you get used to them if you do some practice. And I'm not saying you're not,
I'm doing much do more.
but it'll just take a bit of practice. You'll find out most of the questions if you go through a few exam papers. If you practice a few of them, you'll figure out. That's why you should be throwing the questions up on Facebook, asking what questions, what equations to use.
Right.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. That's the frustrating part about it. There's nothing I can do for that, only for you to go through yourself and try and figure out. And then if you're stuck, I'll tell you. That's the only way that'll work.
Right.
I don't know if there is a better way or not. Like, because every question's a bit different. Unless you can think of any way. Can you think of any way that'd help you?
I don't know, maybe it's just to keep practicing and getting used to it.
I know it's harsh, but that is kind of what you have to do. Right, okay, where were we here? Tangents. Okay, yeah, so they're on this one here, this example. This was the equation of the circle. This was the equation of the line. Why is this the equation of the circle, John? Because there's a square part, yeah, because there's a square part there. And this one here, why is a line lean? Because there's no square parts. Okay? So first of all, see something like this actually. Okay, so circle, usually we just want x squared and y squared. Okay? Who don't we want there, Alan? We don't like the 2's there. Do you see that? So to get rid of that 2, I'm going to divide by 2. To get rid so if I do it to him, I have to do it to him, and I have to do it to them all. He'll cancel, and then I'm left with x squared plus y squared equals 9 all over 2. Do you want to just scribble that in there? Just to make it easier for yourself to get rid of the 2's. That's what I'd like to do. That's what I'm trying to do here, Alan. Is I try to show you how to do stuff, and then I'd be hoping you'd go through the exam papers, and then I'd be able to say, you do it this way from the notes. You just copy them. Like I'm showing you how to do it here, and then hopefully you read through the question and you say, which one do we use? Which method do we use? And I say either, oh, that's the tangents, follow them steps. That's kind of what I'm trying to do here.
Yeah.
Are you all okay with that? So then here I'm doing the exact same thing here again. I'm doing simultaneous equation between that and that. I won't go through it because the exact same steps as the last one. And here, this is going to be a tangent. Why, Emily? Why will this one be a tangent? Yeah, because they're the exact same. You okay with that, Reese? They're going to be the same. Liam? Yeah, you okay with that? Right. Let me move on to something different. Do you know what? Yeah, these fellas here. I'm moving on to intercepts there. What is an x-intercept? John, do you know?
Sorry?
Do you know what an x-intercept is? Or do you know what? Do you know what the intercept? Do you know what an intercept is?
Yeah.
What's an x-intercept?
I work at the x-axis.
Yeah. What's a y-intercept, Alan? Okay, so let's draw a picture of a circle here. Yeah, that's my x-axis, y-axis. Where's my x-intercept here, Reese? Well, this will be 1. This will be the other one. You okay with that? Where would the y ones be, Alan? Just there and there. Next intercept is just where it cuts the x and y axis. If you want to scribble in that picture quickly. That's okay, Amy, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, to find where it cuts the x-axis, we let y equal 0. Okay? To find where it cuts the y-axis, we let x equal 0. So think of it as opposite. Crossing the x-axis, y equals 0. Cross the y-axis, John, x equals 0. Will you just write that? you understand that? Do you understand what I'm saying there? And I'll do one now to explain that. So here, this one. So let's find the x-intercepts of this. So where does this cut the... What's the x-intercept, Reese? Are you missing that page? No. Oh no, sorry. What's the x-intercept, Reese? Where it cuts the... x-axis, yeah. And how do we do that? All we do is, Alan, we just let y equals 0. So we come along here, anywhere where you see a y, we're going to stick in a 0. So here, boom, kick out the y, we stick in a 0 there, equals 25. You all okay with that? So I move on, and I get x squared minus 8x plus 16 plus 9 minus 25 equals 0. X squared minus 8x equals 0. Okay, we have to factorize this. So this is always nearly the case in these questions, Alan. You want to get 0 on the right hand side and everything else on the left hand side. And you factorize the left hand side. So if you remember from back here, where are we? Yeah, see this fella here? We're factorizing there because this is a quadratic equation. So back here then, we're factorizing here. We take out what's common. So what's common in both of them there, Amy? X. So we take, just x. So we take out an x there, Liam. Reese, what do I multiply by x to give me x squared? X by something gives me x squared. X by x is x squared, isn't it? Because x, would you agree with that? X by x is equal to x squared. What's y by y, Reese? Y squared, yeah. Equal to y squared. So what you do is, x by something gives me x squared, you just write x, because x by x gives me x squared. X by something gives me 8x, Alan, which is 8. And there's a minus in front, so you stick a minus there. You okay with that?
Yep.
Everyone? Reese, you okay with where I got the 8?
Yeah.
You sure? X by something gives me 8x. X by what gives me 8x? Something by x gives me 8x. It's just 8. Because if I multiply x by 8, I get 8x, yeah? Oh, you okay with that?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
Then what you do is you let the first fella equal to 0. So this should be, we can put him in a bracket, we let him equal to 0. And we let the second fella equal 0. You okay with that? So x minus 8 equals 0. Then we solve for x by bringing the minus 8 across, we get a plus 8. You all okay with that? John?
Yeah.
Will you scribble? Alan, do you have that done? Yeah. And what did we find there? We found the point. We found that the circle cuts the x-axis at 0, 0 and 8, 0. You all okay with that? Will you do the y-intercept for me there now? What you do for the y-intercept? You let, for the y-intercept, Alan, we let x equal 0. Am I losing you here? Liam, you okay?
I understand.
John, you follow me? Amy? Huh?
Yeah.
What part are you stuck on there, Amy? You know what an intercept is?
Yeah.
What's an x-intercept?
Where, because
X-axis. And how do you find the x-intercept? You let y equal 0. From here, you sub y into the equation of the circle. You just sub in y, and that'll give you where it, that'll give you where it cuts the x-axis. What's the y-intercept, Reese? Where it cuts the y-axis. And how do you find that, Amy? You sub x equals 0 and solve for y. Does that make sense at all? Not convinced by you. What part do you find confusing there?
Oh no, I think it'll be okay.
No, go on. What part of it is confusing?
Just some of the values and I don't get why I don't know. Why did you stop?
You don't get why to do it.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't get it now.
How about you don't get why it's 0, is it?
Kinda, yeah.
Do you know how to do it?
Yeah, is that how it come up in the exam? It was just like,
Find the x-intercept, find the y-intercept. It could be, or it'll say find where it crosses the x-axis.
and then you just sub in y.
It's the opposite. Yeah, it's the opposite.
Yeah.
Is it, you can do it. You know how to do it.
Yeah.
You just don't know how, is it?
Yeah, I just have to practice the question.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, just practice it. I could explain, get an intent and explain why it is. Will you do the what? Oh, sorry. It's x minus 4 to be squared. Sorry. So it's there. That example there. Find the y-intercept of that. So to find the y-intercept, Amy, you what? To find the x-intercept, you let y equals 0. Try and think of the opposite. Reese, do you need a hand there? You go okay there, Liam? You're subbing in what for 0? You're subbing in... Yeah. So do you see this equation here, Reese, that fella? What did I asked to find the y-intercept, yeah? So to find the y-intercept, you let what equal 0? No, x. It's a bit confusing. Try and think of it as the opposite. To find where it crosses the x-axis, we let y equals 0. To find where it crosses the y-axis, we let x equals 0.
And you just multiply out the...
You multiply out the brackets in. And more than likely, then you'll get a quadratic equation there.
Yeah. And you just break that down.
You break that down then. Do you know where to start off, Reese? No, okay. Sorry? Are you lost altogether? Do you know what an x-intercept is? In rough English, you know, it's just where it crosses the x-axis, which is that point there and that point there. Do you know what a y-intercept is? It's what? It's where it crosses that point and yeah. So this is just an example I'm giving you to do. This is just the equation. This is the equation of a circle. This is just the equation of a circle here. To find the x-intercept, what do? I let y equals 0. So anywhere I see y here, I sub in a 0. So that's where this 0 came from. Okay. Will you do that first from there, Reese? Okay. And then what I do is I just work. Okay, all I did there was work it out then. I did skip a few lines there. So here, Reese, to find the y-intercept, what you let x equals 0. Will you ever go with that one? So wherever you see an x, stick in a 0. You're lost, aren't you? Yeah. How are the rest of you getting on there?
I think I made a mistake in this.
Sorry?
I think I made a mistake in this.
Alright, okay. How are you getting, Alan?
I'm confused this year. What do I do with that?
Okay, yeah, let me
I did wrong with that.
yeah, let me do that out.
It's even the minus 4 squared, that was grand, but plus y plus 3 squared.
Page below.
I said y plus 9, but no.
So I'm letting, okay, what was the equation at the start?
X minus 4 squared plus
X minus 4 to be squared.
plus y plus 3
Squared equals 25. Okay. What should I ask you to find x-intercept or y-intercept? To find the y-intercept, Reese, what do I do? I let let x equals 0. Yeah. So let x equal 0. So anyway, I'm going to take this equation here, copy, paste. So anywhere I see an x here, I'm going to stick in a 0. Okay, so here's my first x. I'm going to kick out x, Reese, and I'm going to stick in 0. Are you okay with that? Yeah. Right, now let's work inside the bracket first. What's 0 minus 4, John? Minus 4 to be squared, plus, this is where you're getting confused, Alan.
Yeah.
What's 2 to be squared? 4, which is 2 by 2. What's 4 to be squared? Why?
4 by 4.
4 by 4. So what's y plus 3 to be squared? It's just going to be
Oh, yeah,
y plus 3 by y plus 3 equals 25. You okay with that?
Yeah.
Reese, are you okay with that there?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah. But sure, y bracket y plus 3 and then
3 bracket.
Y,
Yeah. So then what we're doing here, Reese, is working it out. What's minus 4 to be squared? Well, you can do that in the calculator. That's just 16 plus. Then we take the y here, so it's y, and we multiply it by all of the second fella. What's in the second bracket there, John? Yeah. And then we take the plus 3 and we multiply that by y plus 3 equals 25. And then we multiply. Okay, do you know how to multiply this out, Reese? What's y by y? Y by y is y squared. And then we do the y by the 3, which is plus 3y. Then we do 3 by y, which is plus 3y. You okay with this, John?
Yep.
Liam? Mm. And then 3 by 3, Reese, which is what? Plus 9 equals 25. You okay with that so far? Then what did you end up doing with Amy? Y squared plus 6y plus 9 and the 16 at the start, which was what? What's 9 and 16? 25 equals 25.
Why didn't you multiply the 0 minus 4 squared and multiply that like the 1 y plus 3?
Because I was able, what's 0 minus 4?
0. Not minus 4. But like when I multiplied it out, it was minus 4 minus 8.
Yes. No, well, it's minus 4 multiplied by minus 4.
Oh, okay.
You okay with that? See, the reason we didn't do that is because we can actually work that out in the calculator. The reason we can't do it there is because it's y plus 3. We can't actually add them.
Yeah.
Are you with me?
Okay.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
So that's equal to y squared. We want to bring everything to one side. So I'll bring this 25. We want to get 0 here on the right, so we'll bring it across. Plus 25 becomes a what, Liam? Minus 25 equals 0. So then I'm left with y squared plus 6y is equal to 0. Am I finished yet? Will you scribble that down as far as there, please? There's paper there if you want it. Load the paper there. Leave that down. I'll just go to the next one here for you. Equals 0. Usually when we get down to here, we factorize it. So it's either a quadratic or we take out what's common. Is this a quadratic here? Well, we have a square part, we have that part, and we need a number. Have we a number here? No. So see if there's anything common there. There's a y in common in both, isn't there?
Yeah.
Y by what gives me y squared? Y. Y by something gives me 6y. Plus 6 equals 0. We let the first value equal to 0, which is y is equal to 0. And let the y plus 6 equals 0. Y is equal to minus 6. You all okay with that? Do you have that down, right? you know what you're doing there, Alan?
Yeah.
You know what you're.
Yeah, I know what I'm doing.
Okay. You need to start practicing.
Mm.
That's all you need is practice. Right. Okay. Can I move on to the next topic? Right. Point inside, outside, or on the circle. Right. You need to be able to know how to do this. Okay. What do I mean by this? So let me add a page here. Add page blue. Right. So this is the type of thing we're going for. We have 3 circles. We have 3 circles here. Okay. Right. I have to figure out if the point is inside the circle, if it's on the circle. So this is inside. This is inside, on, or outside the circle. Okay, and you can all see that, can't you? You can all see that point is inside the circle, that point is on the circle, that point is outside the circle. You can all see that. Right, we have to figure out how do we know. Right, and the way we do it is step 1. Yeah. Scribble this down. To figure if we are inside, on, outside. Okay, to figure out step 1, all we have to do is get the distance between the center point of circle. Will you write this down as we go? Center point of circle and the point we're dealing with. We also need to know the radius of the circle. Okay, they're the 2 main things we need for this. Do you know how to do this, John?
I think so.
Okay. Write that down, Emma, yeah? Right. So talk to me there. So all the radiuses of the circle are in pink. So let's talk about the first one here. If I find the distance of this green line, Amy, how will I know if it's inside, outside, or on the circle? If it's less than the radius, yeah. If I find the length of this one here, Liam, how will I know if it's inside, outside, or on the circle? Tell me something about the length of this.
It's the same as the radius.
Same as the radius, yeah. And here, Alan,
Too much.
it's bigger than the radius. That's a bit of common sense there, isn't it? Do you see that, Reese? You know what the radius is? John, you okay with that? So let's do an example here. And that's all this means. If the distance is greater than the radius, it's outside. If the distance is less than the radius, it's inside. If the distance is equal to the radius, it's on the circle. Okay. So here in this example, this is the example I'm doing here. Okay, this is our circle. Let's do. Okay. So let me just go onto a new page to do it. How are we on time there? 15 minutes. Yeah, page. Below. Right, what was it? What was the circle there? It was x minus 3 to be squared plus y minus 2 to be squared equals 9. Okay, just a note here. This is an equation of a circle as well. With center. What's the center point of this circle here? Okay, there's two equations of the circle you have to, well, this one, x squared plus y squared equals 10. Okay, this is one type. Just over here, this is the second one. This was the bottom one, number 2 there. The center point of this is 0, 0. Okay with that? Which is no numbers, it's 0, 0. The center of this top circle is what? Center of this top circle. Do you know, John? H and K, yeah, exactly. So what's the center of that top circle, Amy? It's 3 and 2. Do you see where I got them numbers from? So this is, it's just this number which they call H, and this number is called K. And there are your two, that's your center point there, Alan. Your 3 and your 2.
Why did you change the signs in those?
Because the equation, there's an equation in the log tables. Equation of the circle, it's x minus h to be squared plus y minus k. You just ignore, yeah, you change the signs of it actually.
Oh, right.
That's just what you do. You change the signs.
Right.
So for something like this, Alan, if it was x plus 2 to be squared plus y minus 3 to be squared equals 10. What's the center of this circle?
Minus 2 plus 3.
Minus 2, 3. You all okay with that? John?
Yep.
That make sense to you? Right. Back to our example. You okay with that, Amy? Reese, does that make it? Did you? Okay, what's the radius of our circle here? What's the radius of this circle? No. That's what r squared is equal to 9. Okay, because remember the equation of the circle is
4.2, 4.5.
no, it's so x squared plus y squared is equal to r squared. So if you see a number here, it's r squared. Okay, so r is equal to the square root of 9, which is equal to 3. So what's the radius of this circle? 3. You okay with that? Does that make sense to you? Alan?
Yep.
John?
Yep.
So just watch out. You'll make a common mistake there. You'll just call that R by accident. Just watch out for that. Okay. Right. So now we're back in action here again. So we want to find out if this point so I'll just write here. Is this inside, outside, or on the circle? So how do we do? So we're looking for this point. What were the steps we do, Amy? Get the distance between them to that and the center point. Okay. So the distance between these 2 points was 3. Then we have to look at the radius. We have to compare this to the radius. Is this bigger than the radius, smaller, or equal to? Equal. So what does that mean? Does it mean it's inside circle, outside circle, or on the circle? on the circle. Let's try, what about this one? We're going for this one. We find out, we do the distance between here and here, and we find out that it's root 8. Is root 8 bigger than 3, smaller than 3, or equal to 3? You can do it on the calculator if you want, it's some decimal number. Smaller. So what does that mean, Alan? Is it inside, outside, around the circle?
It's inside.
Inside. What about this guy here? We do the distance between here. We use this formula from the tables. We work it out, and root 41, is that bigger than 3, equal to 3, or smaller than 3? Well, if you do it on the calculator, you get decimal. It's bigger than 3. So is that, if it's bigger, is it inside, outside, or on the circle? Outside. You okay with that? So let me just try and get some. Was there anything there that anyone wants me to go over before I go to exam papers? Do you get this idea? Do you get this idea about the? You get the idea about the inside, outside, around the circle? Yeah. Do you get it, the idea x-intercepts, y-intercepts? They're a bit confusing. For an x-intercept, what does an x-intercept mean, Amy? Y equals 0. It means we're across the x-axis. Or you could be asked for where it crosses x-axis. Y-intercept, Alan, what do? You let x equals 0. Right, let me try and find a few exam questions.
Well, we do them for the next hour.
Yeah. My printer will stop working for some reason, so I couldn't print them out. Do you all have exam papers? Drive. Oh, damn it. Do any of exam papers there with you? Could I use your exam papers there? Yeah, that's right, that's fine. I'm a bit behind on the Facebook page. I have 2 weeks of videos to put up, don't I? Do I trigonometry up? Can you remember? No, okay. Should be paper 2. Okay. Here's one question. I actually forgot to do this to show you. It's low. Okay, for example, find equation of circle with center 1, 2, 2, and radius equals 5. Right, any ideas how to do this? One thing I didn't say, the equation of the circle. Is it not? Oh, sorry. It's also. Okay, find the equation of circle, center 1, 2, and radius equal to 5. Okay, the equation of the circle is in the log tables. Okay, the center of this circle isn't 0, 0, sure it's not? No, so this one's just a bit different. So this is on the log tables. It's, yeah, so that's why when we go and use this guy, which is x minus h to be squared, and you call that out, plus y minus k to be squared equals r squared. What the hell is h and k? Liam?
They're 1 and
That's my h, yeah. That's my k. You okay with that? And all you do is fill in. So it's x minus h, which is what? 1 to be squared, plus y minus k, which is 2 to be squared, equals to r squared. What was my radius? I think that's 5 to be squared. So in the equation of this circle would be x minus 1 to be squared plus y minus 2 to be squared equals 25. And that's your answer there. Don't bother multiply it out. You scribble that down? Did you find that okay? So where did I get this out of? I got this out of the log tables. Next question there. Next question. Find the points P and Q where the circle cuts the x-axis. What are they asking for there, Amy? X-intercepts. Sorry, no, it's just where it just says where it cuts the x-axis. So how do we find where it cuts the x-axis? Let y equals 0 and sub it in. Okay, you don't have to do that for now. But do you see how here, Alan? This might be like in my notes there. It says the x-intercept. It doesn't say intercept here, but it says cuts the x-axis.
Right.
So all you do is let y equals 0.
Just use that. You don't use that formula. You use that one back here.
Sorry.
You use this formula.
I see what you're getting confused over. This formula is unique to this circle.
Oh,
This formula is unique to the circle we're dealing with here.
Oh, right.
Does that make sense? Are you okay with letting? So we let y equals 0. Next question there. I'm rushing through this because there's only a few minutes left. Verify the point A minus 3, 5 is on the circle. Okay. Verify. I didn't do this with you today. Verify A minus 3, 5 is on the circle. How would you show a point is on a circle or on a line? John? Okay, all you do is sub the point into the equation. And you should get 0 equals 0, or 25 equals 25, or 6 equals 6. Right, so all you do is you sub that point into the equation and you should get some number on the left equal to some number on the right. So let's do that. So what was the equation of the circle? This is the equation. Tell me when I can flick on to the next page. Yeah?
Yeah.
No, insert page. Row. So what was my point A? Did someone call it out there? A is minus 3, 5, I think, was it? Yeah. So this is my x part, this is my y. So all I do is come along. When I see an x, I'm going to stick in a what? squared equals 25 equals, is the minus 3, yeah? So stick in minus 3. And for y here, I'm going to stick in 5. Work that out. So that's equal to minus 4 to be squared plus 3 to be squared equals 25. That's equal to 16 plus 9 equals 25. 25 is equal to 25. Is it on the circle? Or is it on, yeah, because I got same number on the left equals same number on the right. Does that make sense, Alan?
Yeah.
What if it said prove it's not on the circle? How would you do that? Show that such a point is not on the circle. John? Sorry? Yeah, exactly. Do the exact same thing, except you'll end up with something like this, Alan. You'll end up with something like 2 is equal to...
If you do the exact same thing, which is like the same answer, like, do you have to change something at the top?
Sorry?
Do you have to change something at the top? No.
No, if it said prove A is not on the line,
Oh, and the numbers they give just...
it won't work.
Oh,
Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Right, okay. How are we on time there? 2. Do you mind if I let you go with that? And what'll I do? Let me stop recording here. Yeah, sorry, printer on the blink, so I don't have exam papers for you. Could you go through some exam questions yourselves? Go through the exam papers.